The quiet strength of Vetru. The river that never argued as the sun sank behind the still waters, the figure of Vetru remained motionless. He was carved from stone, yet it was not stone that made him strong. It was years of discipline, patience, and the quiet decision to master himself before trying to master the world. People often asked why he sat beside the river every evening. The river never stops moving, they would say. Why do you stay in one place? Vetru smiled. Because the river teaches what words cannot. Each morning, he watched the water flow around fallen branches, broken rocks, and steep cliffs. It never complained. It never turned back. It simply continued its journey. One day, a wealthy merchant arrived. "I have lost my fortune," the merchant cried. "Everything I built has disappeared. Tell me how to stop this pain." Vetru picked up a small stone and gently dropped it into the river. The merchant watched as circles spread across the water before disappearing. "Your loss is like these ripples," Vetru said. "You cannot stop them from appearing. But if you keep stirring the water with fear and regret, the river will never become clear again." The merchant sat silently. Days later, a young soldier came. "I fear tomorrow's battle," he confessed. "What if I fail?" Vetru pointed toward the mountains. "Do they fear the storm?" "No. Yet storms strike them every year. They remain because they do not argue with the wind." The soldier understood that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is walking forward even while fear whispers. Years passed. Kings sought Eli's advice. Farmers visited him after poor harvests. Children sat beside him to hear stories. Travelers crossed great distances simply to watch the old philosopher remain perfectly calm beside the flowing river. Some believed he possessed secret powers. But Vetru had only one secret. He controlled the only thing that truly belonged to him, his own character. One winter, the river flooded. Trees were uprooted, bridges collapsed, and the village panicked. The people rushed to Vetru. "What should we do?" He stood, looked at the raging water, and said quietly, "Do what the river does. Keep moving where you can. Accept what you cannot stop. Build again when the storm has passed." Months later, the floodwaters disappeared. The village was rebuilt. The people became stronger than before, not because life became easier, but because they had learned not to surrender their peace. In his final years, Vetru carved 4 words into a great stone beside the river: virtue, wisdom, courage, unmoved. Generations came and went. Empires rose and fell. The river never stopped flowing. And the stone never moved. Travelers who found it often wondered why such simple words survived while magnificent kingdoms vanished. The answer was hidden in the river itself. Everything outside us changes. Everything inside us is a choice. The person who rules their own mind can never truly be defeated. That is the quiet strength of Vetru. That is the path of Stoicism. That is the meaning of virtue, wisdom, unmoved.